The last one, Iris. I'm sensing a vampire. Oh, hello. You must be one of those enchanting belly dancers from the CARAVAN. I've seen your performances. They're mesmerizing. Thank you, Iris. I'm Jane, and I have a special invitation for you. Oh, how exciting! I've always wanted to attend one of your gatherings. I'm glad to hear that, Iris. However, before you get too carried away, there are some special instructions for you. Let's take a seat before I give you the special instructions. Special instructions? Yes. Maximus, our host, has a unique request for you. He wants you to play a special role at the party. A role? What kind of role? Maximus wants you to pose as a servant, Iris. A spy, to be exact. A spy? Me? Indeed. He believes you have a talent for getting close to others without raising suspicion. Your abilities have caught his attention. Well, I never expected Maximus to know of me, let alone trust me for something like this. It's a crucial task. Maximus is searching for the location of the crown of the Tyrant King, and he believes the guests might have information. You'll be discreetly gathering intel. I'll do it. Tell Maximus I'm honored and ready to help. Good. He'll be pleased to hear that. Slip into the role seamlessly. And remember, discretion is key. Now, I must return to him with your response.
and gentlemen, allow me to reintroduce myself one last time. I'm Maximus, and you're very welcome to the last HURRAH, the finale of the CARAVAN. Tonight, we celebrate everything that has culminated to this point in time. And for your delectable entertainment, I have collected a few of the finest of my dancers to perform for you this evening. I hope you will enjoy this little soiree that I've put together for you, and I hope you will partake in the delicatessens that I have had specially prepared. You'll find them being brought to you around by my employees or servants. But just a reminder not to mingle with them. I pay them to serve you, not to chat you up. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your evening, and let's celebrate the finale of the CARAVAN. I will be circulating around, so if you have anything to say or anything you want to tell me, do feel free to stop me and we'll have a nice little chat. It'll be just like old times when I used to frequent the taverns more regularly. And between you and me, after this is over, I probably will frequent the taverns more often than I have been. Whether or not that's a good thing, I don't know. I'll miss this life. I'll miss this show. But a few of you know that some familiar faces will remain with me. I'm not disbanding the CARAVAN entirely. I'm just reorganising. You can tell I'm not one for making speeches, but at this time, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who supported me and helped me keep this dream alive for as long as it's been possible. I'm Maximus, your host, your master of ceremonies for this evening. Thank you, and enjoy the show. In the land of desert where the sand is gold, I'm Maximus the master with a story to unfold. I got steampunk attire, I'm the man of the hour. With a blue tweed suit I embody the power. Top hat, goggles and a red beard that shines. Show man supreme, my skill is divine. In the desert realm where the sun sets ablaze, I lead the caravan, set the standards and the maze. I'm the maestro, the chief, the one in command. With a white shirt crisp, my presence is grand. Every deal I make, every showing I lead, I'm the best in the game with unmatched speed. Arrogance, sure, it's a part of my flair. Popularity's a myth, success is my air. In the markets and courts, my name is on the rise. You can fear me if you want, plus I see through your lies. Caravans flourish under my reign supreme. in this desert expanse, I live in the dream. My enterprise glows with a luminous sheen. Maximus commands, and the results are seen. They whisper, they chat about my lofty pride, but when they need the best, they seek me as I guide. My red hair flames with ambition and might. In the desert of dreams, I am the light. Now reaching the end, my legacy stays. Maximus the master in a million ways. The monarchy is my stage to control. Every step that I take, I'm reaching my goal. With my caravan bound for horizons so wide, I'm the best in the business and I never hide. A pain in the neck, that's a badge I wear proud. For I'm Maximus the king and I stand out in the crowd. So remember my name as the caravan rolls. Maximus the legend with stories untold. In the desert realm where my empire unfurled, I'm the master of showman, king of this world. The journey may end, but my mark will remain. Maximus forever in glory and fame. A showman unmatched in every domain. I'm the best, and my reign will sustain. In the heart of a grand marquee, a celebration unfolds. A lively dance of intrigue and ambition, masked by the merriment of the night. The gentle clinking of goblets, murmurs of lively conversation, and the delicate notes of a lute fill the air. The glow of the torchlight flickers against the ornate tapestries, casting shadows over the bustling crowd, all adorned in their finest regalia. Amidst the laughter, the clinking of goblets, and the melodic hum of music, not all is as it seems. For some, this is more than just a night of revelry. It is an opportunity to seize fortunes, craft alliances, and perhaps uncover secrets whispered only in the shadows. As the festivities swirl around you, one figure approaches, a guest, eager and charming, with ambitions as grand as the marquee itself. His words promise wealth, power, and the allure of a partnership that could change the course of your fate. But beneath the jovial exterior there is more. A proposition laced with risk, but also possibility. This is the soiree, the last hurrah of the caravan, and Maximus is its host. And tonight the choice is yours. Will you follow the thread of opportunity, or will you let it slip into the night with the fading laughter of the soiree? Listen closely, for in this marquee, the future is yours to shape.
Ah, splendid! Splendid to meet you, truly. I am Don, Raphael de Silva, of the Silver Chalice Company. What an evening, wouldn't you agree? The ambience, the company. It is all quite dazzling. Now, forgive my forwardness, but I couldn't help notice you standing here. Quite the quiet observer amidst the revelry. Tell me, are you enjoying the festivities? No, do not trouble yourself with pleasantries. I am Don Raphael de Silva, and I must say, your presence here is like a rare gem amidst a treasure chest. Now, let me get to the point. Maximus, yes, the man of the hour. Fascinating fellow, isn't he? Truly, a man of ambition, though I must admit, I am not enamored with his, shall we say, unorthodox methods. I mean, the underworld connections? Really, it is a bit, unsavory. But, I must digress. Maximus, he's a visionary, no doubt. His latest venture, the CARAVAN, a daring move, but I must say, not my cup of krell. Belly dancing? Really? It is hardly a money-maker. But I have heard whispers of something grander, something much more lucrative in the pipeline, and I am positively tingling with curiosity. Just imagine it! Whatever Maximus has up his sleeve, it is bound to be monumental. I can practically taste the profits. That is why I'm here, you see. I want to get on the ground floor. I am a man of vision myself, with a nose for opportunity. So, here is my proposition. I have connections, resources, and a considerable amount of Krell at my disposal. I am interested in investing, in partnering with Maximus, but I need to know more about what is coming next. It is only fair, don't you think? We could both benefit from a little mutual benefit. I mean, you would not believe the schemes that I have concocted in the past. Why, just last month, I turned a simple wine venture into a gold mine. And while Maximus might be unconventional in his methods, there is no denying the man's brilliance. I respect that. But there is more efficient ways to oversee things. If you are aware, you would be delighted to hear more of what's brewing. Surely, you can see the potential for a lucrative partnership. Come now. Do not be shy. Share a little insight, and we can strike a deal that will make both of our fortunes rise. Opportunity waits for no one, and I would hate to see it pass us by. I see that you are still listening. Splendid! Now, where was I? Oh yes, Maximus's next big venture. I have heard the rumors of something involving a rare artifact, a piece so valuable it could change the fortunes of anyone who possesses it. Of course, these are just the rumors. But where there's smoke, there is often fire. Imagine the possibilities. If Maximus is indeed chasing such a prize, it would be foolish not to get involved. We are talking about the kind of investment that yields the returns greater than 100-fold. And with my connections and expertise, it could be the perfect partner for such an endeavor. Just think. If Maximus is indeed plotting something grand, he is going to need allies who understand the game. And I assure you, my friend, I understand it quite well. You see, I have a knack for turning ambitious plans into thriving realities. Whether it is dealing with merchants, gathering information, or securing goods, I have it covered. Now, I know what you are thinking. Why should you trust me? A fair question. Let us just say, I have never failed to turn a profit where others saw only risk. It is not only about money, though. It is about seizing opportunity, making them work. I can assure you, my approach is thorough, methodical, and most importantly, profitable. I have heard whispers that Maximus might be heading towards something more than just simple treasure hunt. A venture that combines trade, intrigue, and dare I say it, some form of magic. If you are close to Maximus, you must have heard something, even if it's just a hint. I am not asking for specifics, just a little assurance that my instincts are right. And let us not forget, Maximus has always admired those who can think creatively. I am merely offering to enhance his plans with my own experience. I cannot imagine he would turn away a partnership that promises financial gain and a touch of sophistication. Can you? So, what do you say? A little exchange of information? I could be your ally in navigating this potential gold mine, ensuring that both you and Maximus come out on top. And, of course, the more we know, the better we can plan. Forewarned is forearmed. Let us make this an evening not just memorable for its revelry, but for the promise of the future. What do you think? Shall we discuss how we can both benefit from this tantalizing opportunity? Ah, I can see the wheels turning in your mind. Excellent. It is always refreshing to speak to someone who is not just caught up in the festivities, but is also tuned into the possibilities that lie ahead. Now, let us get to the point, shall we? We both know that in this world, information is as valuable as gold. Even more so. If Maximus is indeed on the verge of something groundbreaking, the key to getting ahead will be knowing precisely what it is. And I am sure you have heard some snippets of information here and there. You see, I am not just offering my financial backing. I can provide more than that. My network spans across traders, adventurers, and even a few scholars who deal in the arcane. If Maximus's venture involves artifacts or magic, having access to such resources could be invaluable. Here is what I propose. We have a discreet discussion, somewhere less conspicuous. I could share a bit about what I uncovered through my sources. Nothing too revealing, of course, just enough to align our interests. In return, you could give me a hint about Maximus's plans. Nothing too detailed, just the direction he is heading. Think of it as laying the groundwork for a mutually beneficial arrangement. I am not asking for all of your secrets, just a glimpse into the potential that Maximus is chasing. If the venture is as lucrative as I suspect, both you and I stand to gain immensely from a well-timed collaboration. And let us not forget the potential for expanding this partnership beyond just Maximus's current venture. If we align ourselves correctly, who is to say we could not discover even more opportunities together? Imagine the possibilities. A network of ventures, investments, and deals that could redefine our standing in this realm. I know there is a lot to consider, but I assure you, my intentions are sincere. I respect the craft and cunning that Maximus brings to the table, and I believe that with my expertise, we could elevate his plans to new heights. And you, well, you would be a key player in this venture. So, how about it? Shall we step away from the noise of this soiree and have a little chat about the exciting prospects that await us? I am confident that we can find a way to make this opportunity work for both of us. What do you say? Let us not let this chance slip through our fingers. Fortune favors the bold, and tonight is brimming with potential. Wonderful! I am delighted to hear you are considering my proposal. It is always a pleasure to meet someone who is as attuned to opportunity as I am. I am confident that this little bit of collaboration, we can turn tonight's possibilities into a future of enormous success. I must say, it has been a pleasure speaking with you. Your discretion and insights are quite valuable, and I have no doubt that we will be able to forge a profitable path ahead. Do not worry, I will keep my ears open for any further whispers and clues about Maximus's grand plans. And remember, should you need any assistance or a sounding board for your thoughts, my door is always open. Just send word, and we can reconvene over a quieter corner of the hall, or another more secluded setting. Until then, enjoy the rest of your soiree. I will be watching with great interest to see how things unfold. And, of course, I look forward to hearing from you soon. Here's to a future filled with promise and prosperity.
In the Grand Marquis, the air is thick with revelry as the last hurrah soiree unfolds. The caravan, Maximus's crowning achievement, is coming to an end, and the night is alive with celebration. But amidst the laughter and music a shadow looms. Borus, the loyal aide to Lord Volkov, has arrived, sent to observe the proceedings. Maximus, the ever-independent heir, is not pleased by this uninvited guest. He knows that where Borus goes, his father's influence is never far behind, threatening to overshadow his hard-earned success.
Maximus, the soiree seems to be in full swing. Your guests appear to be enjoying themselves.
Borus, I might have guessed. My father sent you to check up on me, did he?
Lord Volkov simply wishes to ensure that the final gathering of the caravan is a resounding success. He has invested much in your endeavours.
Invested? Or meddled? It's the same with him, always needing to poke his nose into everything I do. Even now at the end of it all, he simply can't let me have my moment.
You misunderstand, Maximus. Lord Volkov only wants what's best for you. The caravan has been a significant part of your journey.
A journey he never truly believed in. Don't think I'm unaware, Borus. I know my father saw this as a mere distraction. Something to keep me occupied while he focused on more important matters.
Your father's concerns were always with the greater good of the house. He did not want you to lose sight of the legacy that awaits you.
The legacy? All he ever talks about is that blasted legacy. This soiree, this last hurrah, is about my success, Borus, not his. And certainly not the legacy he's so obsessed with. The caravan was mine, and it thrived because of my efforts, not his oversight.
It is because of your success that Lord Volkov is here. In spirit, if not in person. He may not show it as you wish, but he is proud, Maximus. This party, this ending, signifies a new beginning. A chance to rise beyond the shadows of the caravan and claim your place as heir.
Perhaps. But it would be nice, just once, if he would trust me to handle things on my own, without sending you to babysit me.
I am not here to stifle you, Maximus. I am here to observe, to report back to Lord Volkov, yes, but also to support you. Tonight is yours. You've earned it.
Indeed I have, and I won't let anyone, not even my father, take that from me.
Then enjoy your night, Maximus. The caravan may be ending, but your journey is far from over.
It's just beginning, Borus. And this time, I'll make sure it's on my terms.
Maximus, you cannot disregard the importance of your place on the council. As the firstborn of Lord Volkov, your duty is not only to yourself, but to the entire house. Your father has always kept that in mind, even if you believe he oversteps.
A council. Of course, a council. A room full of old men clinging to ancient traditions. I'm doing just fine without sitting on a throne, making decisions that serve everyone but me.
Your father's vision extends beyond the present, Maximus. The legacy of the Volkov name is not something to be taken lightly. Your position on the council is not just an obligation, it is a privilege. One that you cannot afford to ignore.
Privilege? What privilege is there in being a puppet of my father's ambitions? I've built a caravan on my own terms and I've thrived. I don't need a council to define who I am.
And yet, the caravan is ending, Maximus. What then? What of this new venture you're so eager to embark upon? Have you considered the risks? Without the caravan support, you may find yourself facing challenges you are not prepared for.
I've considered everything, Borus. Unlike my father, I'm willing to take risks, to push beyond the boundaries. That's what made the caravan a success in the first place, and it's what will drive my next endeavor.
The council, your father, the house, they are all there to provide stability, Maximus. The world outside these walls is unpredictable. You cannot rely solely on the momentum of your past successes. Sometimes tradition and wisdom have their place, and they can be the difference between triumph and failure.
Stability? That's just another word for stagnation. I refuse to be chained to the past, to be another cog in the machine of the Volkov legacy. I've made my mark with the caravan, and I'll do it again, no matter what you or my father thinks.
I only hope that your confidence is well placed, Maximus. The road ahead may be more treacherous than you anticipate. But know this, I will carry your words back to Lord Volkov. He must understand the path you intend to take.
He'll understand when he sees the results, Borus. I don't need his approval. I need him to stay out of my way.
As you wish, Maximus, but remember the weight of the Volkov name is not easily cast aside. It will follow you, whether you embrace it or not.
Let it follow. I'll be the one leading the way. Oh, and Borus, before you leave, let me remind you of something. I've done all right so far, haven't I? The caravan was my vision, my creation, and it's been a success by any measure.
That much is true, Maximus. Your achievements have been noteworthy.
Then take that back to my father. Tell him he can rest easy knowing his son is capable of standing on his own. And as for the council, I'll appear when summoned, as is my duty. But until then, I have my own path to follow, my own destiny to carve out. He needn't worry. I know where my responsibilities lie.
I will relay your words to Lord Volkov, and I'm sure he will find some comfort in them. Until we meet again, Maximus.
Until then, Borus, give my best wishes to my father. The night is alive with the hum of music and laughter as the grand soiree reaches its peak. Beneath the golden glow of lanterns, the air is thick with the scent of spices and the rhythm of drums that stir the soul. Through the velvet curtains and past the crowd of revellers, you find yourself slipping into a quieter corner of the show tent. A place where the magic of performance is born in solitude. There, in the shadows, she dances. Saghira, a vision of grace and intensity. Her movements are fluid, a blend of power and elegance as she practices her art. Her eyes gleam with focus, her body flowing, lost in the rhythm only she can hear. Between each movement she whispers the word, dance.
sometimes in soft lyrical tones, other times in sharp, commanding syllables. Rax, dancer, tance. The language shifts like the beats she follows, a mantra repeated with intent. For Saghira, this is more than mere performance. It is her essence, her language, her world. And though she barely glances at you, her presence draws you in, a mesmerizing force in a world where every step tells a story. The night belongs to those who dare to let go, and Saghira, in this brief, stolen moment, invites you into her silent ritual, a dance that never truly ends.
In the midst of the vibrant celebration of Maximus's soiree, one figure stands apart with an unmistakable air of discomfort. Jeremiah Huntington, a guest whose very presence seems to cast a shadow over the festivities, mingles with a sneer that matches his unpleasant demeanour. As you observe him, it's evident that Jeremiah embodies the antithesis of the soiree's spirit, casting a stark contrast to the vibrant celebration around him.
Ah, there you are. I have been waiting for an audience with someone who has the decency to listen. You seem like a sensible sort. The name is Huntington. Jeremiah Huntington. Yes, indeed, Maximus has outdone himself this time. A grand finale for the caravan, he calls it. Quite the spectacle, don't you think? I must say it's a bit of a mystery why he invited me. I suppose he needs someone with a bit of gravitas. Oh, do not be modest. You know as well as I do that the likes of us are the backbone of Ondarian commerce. Without men like me, the monarchy would crumble. You see, these so-called finest minds are too sentimental, always prattling on about the poor and the downtrodden, as if they matter. The poor are poor because they lack the ambition, the drive to pull themselves up. It's simple economics. Ah, but let us talk business. That is what truly matters. Maximus has some grand plans, doesn't he? Expansion, new trade routes, the works. He is a visionary, that one. I have my own plans, you see. I've been working on a little project of my own, a series of exclusive trade agreements that will secure my position, no matter what those fools on the city council decide. Yes, I heard the rumours too, but do you think I'm worried about being booted out of the council? Let them try. I have connections, allies in places they would not dare to imagine. That's right. Untouchable. And why shouldn't I be? I've built my empire from the ground up, clawed my way to the top. These peasants and their grievances mean nothing to me. You seem like someone who understands the real world. Tell me, have you considered partnering with someone like me? There's a lot of money to be made if you have the stomach for it. Ah, a person of integrity. I can respect that, even if it is a bit naive. Integrity does not fill coffers, my friend. Ambition does. Greed, some would say. But greed is good. It is what drives us forward. What makes us strive for more. Indeed, the world is a harsh place. Only the strong survive, and I intend to be the strongest. Maximus understands that, which is why he invited me. We are cut from the same cloth. The future? Oh, it is bright, my friend. Bright for those who have the vision and the will to seize it. The rest can languish in their mediocrity. But enough about them. Tell me, what do you think of this soiree? Maximus does know how to throw a party. You know, though, it's quite laughable, isn't it, the way the masses talk about the monarchy being brought to its knees. They simply have no understanding of the complexities of governance. Take, for example, my esteemed colleagues in the Royal Council. Sir Reginald Bumbleton, for instance, a brilliant mind, always thinking several steps ahead. And then there's Lady Felicia Snobbington. Her grasp on economic policy is unparalleled. She has saved the Treasury from collapse more times than I can count. Oh, and who could forget Lord Hubert Pompington? His strategies on foreign trade have been nothing short of revolutionary. Why, without his foresight, we would be trading our finest silks for mere trinkets. The problem, you see, lies not with us, the enlightened few who steer this ship, but with those below, the naysayers, the rabble-rousers, always quick to point fingers, never willing to put in the work. Oh, indeed, it's absurd. They say we have ruined the monarchy, but look at all we have accomplished. Our streets are paved with the finest cobblestones, our markets overflow with goods from every corner of the world. It is always someone else's fault in their eyes. They refuse to see the bigger picture. We brought prosperity. We have brought stability. The problem is that people are too short-sighted to appreciate it. And yet they dare to blame us for every little hiccup, as if it's our fault that they cannot manage their affairs. The truth is the monarchy has never been stronger, thanks to our leadership. Ah, the audacity of them, always whining about the cost of living, the state of the economy. Do they not realise that progress comes at a price? Yes, and it is a price worth paying for the grandeur of our nation, for the strength of our monarchy. We are the pillars that hold this society up. Without us, everything would collapse into chaos. You see, the likes of Sir Reginald, Lady Felicia, Lord Hubert, they understand this. They know that our role is to lead, to make the tough decisions that others are too cowardly to face. We are the architects of this great monarchy. The ungrateful masses simply do not understand the burden we bear, the sacrifices we make for their sake. So, when they criticise, they point fingers. I simply laugh, for I know that the history will judge us kindly. We are the saviours of this nation, whether they realise it or not. Ah, but enough of this dreary tale. Let us enjoy the evening. We've earned it, haven't we? Now, where was I? Ah yes, the Royal Council. Let us not forget Lord Percival Blusterworth. His insight into defence policies has kept our borders secure even when those infernal critics claimed it was impossible. And then there's Duchess Winifred Stiffington. Her reforms in the education sector have ensured that our young minds are groomed for greatness. Though of course the rabble will never appreciate the discipline and the rigour she has instilled. Oh, and how could I overlook Sir Archibald Proud-Snort? His efforts in infrastructure have been nothing short of miraculous. Those new bridges and roads did not build themselves, you know. Indeed, we are surrounded by brilliance. It is just that the common folk are too blind to see it. They are too busy complaining about their so-called hardships to recognise the strides we have made. And what about Lady Prudence Haughtley? Her work in public health has been revolutionary. The disease outbreaks that once plagued our cities are now outdated. Of course, the ungrateful masses take this for granted. They whine about taxes, about the cost of living without understanding these things are necessary for progress. They expect miracles without willing to sacrifice anything. It is always easier to blame those in power than to acknowledge one's own failures. But we are the ones who make the tough choices, who carry the weight of the monarchy on our shoulders. Let them talk. Let them talk, I say. Let them whine and moan, for we know the truth. We know that without our guidance, without our leadership, they would be lost. Ah, but I see that look in your eyes. You understand, don't you? You see the bigger picture. We are visionaries, the architects of a better future. It is about having the courage to stand firm, to do what is necessary even when it is unpopular. That is what true leadership is, and that is what we provide. Yes, the Royal Council, my friend, they are the pillars of our society. We are the ones who ensure that the monarchy remains strong. Our legacy endures. So next time you hear someone grumbling about the situation, remind them of the brilliance that guides this monarchy. Remind them of the sacrifices we make, of the progress we bring. And let us not forget the magnificent Baroness Gwendolen Pompington. Her contributions to the arts have truly elevated our culture. Of course, though, the commoners will never appreciate the subtleties.
Ah, Jeremiah. There you are.
Maximus, just the man I wanted to see. I was enlightening our friend here about the unparalleled contributions of our esteemed council.
Yes, Jeremiah.
I'm sure your insights are as captivating as always. I believe our guests might prefer a different kind of entertainment. Something less verbose. Oh, but Maximus, you know how enthusiastic I am about...
Enthusiastic, yes. But there is a line between passion and tedium. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I suppose, but...
Jeremiah.
I do believe our friend here could use a break from your enlightening discourse. It is time you took a moment to enjoy the soiree for yourself. Have a drink. Savour the evening. But I was just...
Shut up, Jeremiah. That was a polite suggestion, in case my meaning was not clear.
Of course, Maximus. I will just mingle elsewhere. My apologies for that. Jeremiah does tend to overindulge in his own rhetoric. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you need anything, do not hesitate to find me. Some people never learn. You step outside of Maximus's soiree, escaping the dense warmth of the opulent party inside. The cool night air greets you, a welcome contrast to the whirlwind of music and laughter swirling within the marquee. As you breathe in the quiet, a figure moves in the shadows, a dancer from the evening's dazzling performance. She's in full costume, adorned in sparkling jewels and flowing fabrics that catch the moonlight. Her beauty almost otherworldly. She glances at you with a knowing smile, her eyes as mesmerizing as her movements earlier. She joins you in the calm escape.
Well, hello there. Stepping out for a breath of fresh air, too? It is quite the lively crowd tonight, isn't it? There's one thing I know for certain about Maximus. It's that he knows how to throw a party. All because our journey is ending. My name's Aavalon. I am one of the belly dancers here at the caravan. Mind you, I am in full costume, so that is an obvious statement to be making. So tell me, are you enjoying this evening? Yes, I understand. Sometimes it is nice to take a moment away from the noise. I often do the same. Thank you. That means a lot. Belly dancing has always been a part of my life. I come from a lengthy line of dancers and musicians. My father, his father, and even my oldest brother are all musicians. My father has a particular fondness for the hand drums, while my oldest brother excels at the Eastern flute. Ah, yes, it is quite the family tradition. But it is not just myself and my mother who carry the torch as dancers. My youngest brother, though still an early teenager, has surprised us all. He has become quite the budding belly dancer himself. I remember the first time I saw him dance. It was during my last visit home. I was well astonished, to say the least. Exactly. It was unexpected, but he is incredibly confident and talented. I am proud of him. It takes a lot of courage to break the mold like that. As for me, I am the first of my family to take our talents on the road. Maximus discovered me in our small village in the desert realm. He saw potential in me, I suppose. With his help, I have been able to travel and perform for all kinds of audiences. It is a wonderful experience, but also challenging. Being on the road means constantly meeting new people, learning new dances, and adapting to diverse cultures. But I would not trade it for anything. It is a part of who I am. Yes, it is quite the adventure. And every performance is a new story, a new connection with the audience. Well, thank you for listening to my story. It is nice to share a bit of myself with someone new. Would you like to hear more about my travels or something else about me? There is always so much more to tell. Oh, you do want to know about my costume? I would love to tell you. I designed and crafted it myself. It is something I take considerable pride in. The style is quite classic, really. It starts with a crop top, adorned with intricate beadwork and embroidery. Each bead and thread are carefully placed, creating patterns that reflect my family's heritage. The motifs symbolize unity and strength, qualities that have been passed down through the generations. Next, there is the skirt. It flows beautifully when I dance. Made from the finest silk I could find and afford. The hem is lined with tiny bells that jingle softly with my movements, adding a musical element to the dance. The symbols embroidered along the hem represent the ancient powers I follow. You see this one here? It is a symbol of Lorun, the mother. She represents nurturing and protection, and I always feel her presence when I dance. Whilst this one, it is the symbol of Varuna, beauty. Varuna embodies grace and elegance, which I strive to bring into my performance. Oh, and let us not forget the beaded slippers. They are designed for comfort, but also elegance. Dancing for hours on end can be tiring, but these slippers help me stay light on my feet. Every inch of this costume tells a story. It is more than just attire. It is a tapestry of my journey and beliefs. You know, mentioning the name of Varuna, the beauty, I dream of visiting the city of Varuna in the forest realm one day. Indeed, it is named after Varuna herself, and it is said to be a place of unparalleled beauty. I hope to dance there, to bring the beauty of my dance to the people of the forest realm, with Varuna being my first destination. I can see you have a question. There is a glint in your eyes that tells me you want to ask me something, but you are anxious about doing so. Do not be shy. I will tell you whatever you want to know. Oh, you are wondering if I feel cold wearing my costume. That is a fair question, and I appreciate your concern. You see, the costume, just like the dance itself, is a deeply personal and spiritual expression for me. It connects me to my inner femininity and to the ancient powers I follow, like Lorun, Varun, and Varuna. When I dance, I feel their presence, and it is as if their warmth surrounds me. It might seem unusual, especially if you are not familiar with the cultural and spiritual significance of belly dance. The way we choose to appear is part of our connection to these ancient traditions. The costume is designed to move with us, to enhance the beauty and grace of the dance. It is not just about appearance. It's about feeling free and expressive. Honestly, I do not feel cold. The energy of the dance, the connection to my heritage, and the warmth of the audience all play a part in keeping me comfortable. I understand it might be hard to see it that way from the outside looking in, but for me and others who perform, it is a very meaningful experience. I hope that brings clarity to things a bit. Is there anything else you would like to know? I am more than happy to share. Ah, I see. You are curious if I can do a belly roll. Yes, I can. It is a fundamental part of belly dancing and something I have practiced for years. No need to feel embarrassed. Belly rolls are a beautiful expression of control and grace in the dance. If you watch closely during my next performance, you will see how it flows with the music. Is there anything else you would like to know? I am happy to share more about the dance or answer any other questions you have. You were wondering what I will do after the caravan disbands and we go our separate ways from Maximus. That is a serious question, and one I have thought a lot about. My first plan is to visit Varuna in the Forest Realm. I want to bring belly dance to that beautiful city, to share the grace and artistry that I have dedicated my life to. It is a dream I have held close to my heart for a long time. But I also think about returning home to help my youngest brother with his belly dancing training. He has so much potential, and I would love to support him. I might even help him with his own belly dancing costume. I have been imagining it already. An open vest or male crop top paired with either a long silken kilt or male harem leggings. It is important that he looks the part, though I am thinking aloud now. Oh, I am sorry. I got a bit carried away. I'm just so excited for the future and all the possibilities it holds. From Ondar City to Varuna and back to the Desert Realm, I want to experience everything this world has to offer. Touring the realms of the monarchy, learning about diverse cultures, and discovering more about myself along the way is a thrilling thought. And of course, introducing others to the beauty and grace of belly dance is part of that journey. But for now, I have one more performance to attend. I am up next, and I can hear Maximus searching for me backstage. He does have quite the loud mouth, doesn't he? Thank you for the lovely conversation. It has been a pleasure sharing my story with you. If you ever have more questions, I would be happy to answer them another time. Enjoy the rest of the show. I'm coming, Maximus!
In the midst of the grand swirling chaos of Maximus's soiree, where the melodies of exotic instruments blend with the rhythmic grace of belly dancers, one figure stands apart from the jubilant throng. The disgruntled servant shuffles among the revellers, his face a mask of barely concealed frustration. His once pristine uniform now bears the stains of spilled wine and the relentless demands of the night. With each tray he carries, his irritation grows, bitterly aware of the lavish splendour around him, a stark contrast to his own weary plight. The opulence of Maximus's caravan, a spectacle of excess and festivity, seems a cruel irony to him. He silently counts the hours until he can escape this relentless celebration, dreaming of respite from his discontented role. As you observe him, you sense the heavy disillusionment between his dutiful facade, a stark reminder that even within the grandest revelries, not all stories are woven with threads of joy. Here you go. Another glass of the finest wine Maximus could muster for this grand affair. Only the best for his beloved nobility, eh? Oh, it's a night to remember all right, but not for the reasons Maximus thinks. The last hurrah, he calls it. Quite fitting, ain't it? Not every day you celebrate the end of a circus. I know it's not a real circus, just a travelling show of dancers. But the way Maximus carries on, you'd think it was a circus. Plenty of clowns backstage doing all the hard work. I should know, being one of them. Well, I see you feel the same way about this little soiree. We're all fed up with this pomp and nonsense. Used to be about the dancers, plain and simple. Now it's all gaudy decorations and rubbing elbows with the so-called high society. Nobility, right? We got other names for them. Maximus used to keep things straightforward. Set up the stage, enjoy the dancers, everyone knew their place. Now, it's all about impressing the lords and ladies, climbing some imaginary ladder. Spot on. None of us signed up for this charade. It's a nightmare backstage, moving all the grand props and scenery Maximus insists on these days. It's a wonder we get anything done. Exactly. What was wrong with a simple performance? The dancers were the heart and soul of the caravan. People came from miles around to see them. Now it's all masks and masquerades, with Maximus trying to play the noble. Between you and me, tonight can't end soon enough. We're all counting down the hours until we can pack up and leave this behind. But, on a brighter note, I've got some good news for you. Indeed, I'm friends with a few of the dancers. Once this spectacle is over, I could introduce you to one or two. They're the real gems of the caravan, not these glittering fools Maximus parades around. From Ondar City, aren't you? And not of the royal court, you say? That explains the refreshing honesty. No offence, but it's rare to speak with someone not of cloaked pretences. Never really met Maximus, have you? Consider yourself lucky. You've heard the tales. Master of ceremonies, beast tamer. Though, taming Dinophants is more bark than bite. All an act, like everything else in his life. A true performer, I'll give him that. Wondering why you were invited? Interesting. Maximus must have his reasons, though who knows what they are. He sees something in you, or he just needed to fill seats with notable faces. Yes, Maximus has a knack for making an impression. He's one of the greatest producers in the entire Ondarian monarchy. Built quite the reputation from nothing but smoke and mirrors. Heard the rumours about Shy and Arundella, did you? Hate to burst your bubble, but that's dreaming. Shy's too busy forming her own performance company. Always had big dreams, and now she's making them real. And, Arundella? Well, she's at the governor's court in Drevin now. Too important to grace us here. Maximus might be a top producer, but even he can't pull those strings anymore. Well, Shy and Maximus never agreed. Their disputes were legendary, frenemies at best. And Arundella? Equally turbulent history with Maximus. More fallouts than I can count. Pity, really. Those two dancers brought something special to the caravan.
Now they're off on their own paths, far from Maximus's shadow. Fitting they're not here tonight. This evening is a swan song for the caravan as we know it. But don't be disappointed. Plenty of talented performers here tonight. After this spectacle, I can introduce you to a few. They might not be Shy or Arundella, but they've got their own charms. To the end of an era, and to new beginnings. Enjoy the show, and remember, the real magic happens after the curtain falls. Hang about. What's this that's fallen from your pocket? Looks like some kind of note. Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, I see. So, Maximus has been extending his reach into other ventures. You've done well for yourself. A self-made noble, rising through hard work. Admirable. But this note, it changes things, doesn't it? Maximus, always the performer, but his true talent lies behind the curtain. Shady deals, as you guessed. And if the Shadow Court's involved, it's more dangerous than you realise. Oh, Maximus has a knack for underhanded dealings. He's looking for merchants and business people to help him fence certain goods. Transactions best kept in the dark. Oh yes, I know all about his dodgy dealings, and I'm not the only one. Take Petrovich, an associate. There was an incident in Ondar City, a violent attack. Officially blamed on troublemakers, but those in the know understand it. It was Maximus's doing, a warning. You're not the first approached for such endeavours. Wise to be cautious. The Shadow Court plays by its own bloody rules. I speak from experience. I've walked a different path in my younger days. Know the allure of easy money and shadows, but also the cost. A price not worth paying. My advice? Avoid Maximus and his ventures. He's more dangerous than he appears. This note, it's a trap. A way to pull you into his web. And once in, there's no easy way out. Enjoy the evening, but be wary. Not all that glitters is gold. If you need anything else, you know where to find me. To the end of the caravan, and to a night we won't soon forget. Here's to simpler times ahead, away from this absurdity. Enjoy the show, and remember, the best is yet to come, after the final curtain falls. As you make your way through the crowd, a flash of pale skin and a shadowed gaze catches your attention. A figure moving with practiced grace, almost too smoothly for a mere servant. She weaves between guests with effeminate poise, her presence both elegant and unassuming, though her eyes miss nothing. This is Iris, draped in the simple attire of a servant, though the quiet dignity in her posture betrays a deeper truth. Beneath her guise she is no common attendant, but a noblewoman of sharp wit and darker desires, here on a mission for Maximus.
Well, well, well. If it is not my favorite silent companion, fancy meeting you here. Ah, the strong, silent type. I like that. You know, this party is full of interesting characters. I'm sure you would love to hear about it. Right. My Mysterias friend. Can't forget about that little detail, can we? Maximus has quite the task for me. We are on the hunt for ancient artifacts, you see. Powerful ones. His father needs them for a special ceremony, and Maximus trusts me to find them. I am posing as a servant to get close to the guests, eavesdrop on their conversations, and uncover any hints about the artifact's whereabouts. Oh, I know. I might be enjoying myself a little too much, but can you blame me? It's not every day I get to play the undercover nobility. You're right, my friend. It is a serious task, and I should not get carried away. Thanks for the reminder. I will keep my excitement in check and stick to the plan. Do not worry. I will not let Maximus down. You would not believe secrets I have uncovered so far, these vampire nobles cannot resist a good gossip, especially when they think no one is listening. Let me tell you about Lord Cedric. A charming fellow, but oh, he is harboring a scandalous affair with Lady Alara. The details are scandalous enough to make even the most hardened vampire blush. And Lady Isolde, she may project an air of elegance, but she is hiding a dark secret involving a forbidden magical artifact. And Maximus will be pleased to know about that one. But here is the most intriguing part. You know Lord Alaric? Yes, him. The influential noble who always appears so composed is entangled in a dangerous political plot. His ambitions could bring chaos to the entire vampiric society. I'm sure Maximus will find these tidbits quite useful, don't you think? It is amazing to what you can learn when people believe you are just a humble servant. But I must tread carefully. The more I delve into their affairs, the riskier it becomes. We cannot avoid any missteps. You're right. As always, I will not let my enthusiasm cloud my judgment. Maximus entrusted me with a crucial task, and I will not let him down. Now, I'd better get back to the shadows. There are more secrets to uncover and artifacts to find. caravan, a place of mystery and allure. The belly dances, the vibrant colours. It is all part of the spectacle. Quite clever for a noble with ambitions, wouldn't you say? Maximus has decided to disband the caravan, you know. It makes me wonder if that was the reason behind bringing me into the fold. He used these dances not just for entertainment, but as spies. These dancers, skilled in the art of observation and blending in, could have been perfect informants. And now that the caravan is no more, he needed someone discreet, someone who could slip into the shadows unnoticed. That's where I come in, posing as a servant, listening in on conversations, uncovering secrets. Maximus has a knack for adapting strategies. I am just another piece in his intricate game. The caravan was a brilliant cover, but every act must end. Now it is time for a different kind of performance, and I am here to play my part. Yes, my silent friend. I will not let him down. I will uncover the secrets, find the artifacts, and ensure that Maximus's grand plan unfolds smoothly. Well, my silent companion, it has been a pleasure, as always. Until our next clandestine rendezvous. Watch you from the shadows, my friend. The dance of deception continues, and I have a role to play.
As you progress through the evening, you find yourself feeling thirsty once more. You look for the somewhat disgruntled servant you met earlier in the evening. However, it seems he's not on duty, and so you find yourself speaking to another who is clearly not of the Ondarian monarchy. It is clear to see he comes from Duridia, the forest realm, and he too, like the servant before, has much to say, although this time it is much more pleasant to hear.
Ah, another soiree ends. It seems like yesterday we were setting up for the first one. Maximus has been... well, he's been Maximus. Not the worst of employers, I suppose, but not the most inspiring. He's always been enough to keep me in employment, but never quite enough to make me feel appreciated. Still, it is strange to think that this is the end of it. Caravan will not be making its way to Ondar City as we had hoped, but it is for the best. I've been planning my own journey for some time now. It is time I take my leave and seek my own path. After tonight, once everything is away and the caravan gets packed away, I'll be making my way to Ondar City on my own. I've always wanted to see what lies beyond the horizon. And who knows? It's time for a fresh start, away from the shadow of Maximus and his endless soirees. But for now, let's savor the last minutes of this grand finale. It's been quite a long journey, but it's one I'm ready to end. Ah, I've seen you've spotted something familiar in me. You recognize my origins, don't you? Yes, I'm from the Forest Realm. Few here would know of that, or care to, for that matter. Do you know of the Forest Realm? That's quite a surprise. Most people only know the basics, whispers of ancient trees and enchanted glades. But you've more than passing knowledge. The Forest Realm is a land of wonder and mystery. It's a place where the very air feels alive with ancient magic. I grew up amongst the towering trees and serene streams, where every corner of the forest holds a story. There's a unique peace in those woods, though life there can be unconventional. It's quite different from the glittering opulence of Maximus's world, which is for sure. And though I've been here for a long time, I can't help but feel the call of home every so often. Tell me, what do you know of the Forest Realm? Have you ever ventured into those depths, or is it a place of curiosity for you? I'd love to hear what tales of impressions you might have of a land I once called home. It's rarely I get to discuss it with someone who seems to understand. It's a small pleasure amidst all this grandeur. Aavalon, the heart of the Forest Realm. It is a city unlike any other, nestled deep within the woods. It's a blend of ancient architecture and living nature, where every building seems to grow from the very earth itself. Lady Estrella, our governess royal, she's an exceptional leader. Ever since the invasion 700 years ago by the Tyrant King, the leaders of the Forest Realm have worked hard for the interests of the citizens. In the past decades, Estrella has become a beacon of hope for our people. Her work to regain autonomy for the realm has been nothing short of monumental. She has fought to restore the past, and to push for a future where she governs us once more. But even with her achievements, there's still much to do. The invasion left deep scars. Estrella has made significant strides to restore our former realm, yet there are still forces both internal and external working against us. The monarchy's Grand Council seeks to undermine our progress. It is as if every step forward ends with 2 steps back. The monarchy, though well-intentioned, often has its own agenda. The balance between tradition and progress is delicate. Sometimes, I fear that Estrella is unable to proceed due to the very structure she seeks to reform. I admire her dedication, of course, yet I can't help but wish she had more freedom to act, without the constant political constraints. Still, her efforts have not gone unnoticed. She's a remarkable figure in our society. Her vision for the realm inspires many of us who have had to live through these trying times. I hope that one day we'll see the Forest Realm thriving again, free from the shadows of its troubled past. And who knows, someday someone like you might have influence in the realm too. There's always room for those who understand our vision, for those who care about the stories and struggles of lands everywhere. Ah, the last hurrah soiree, as Maximus calls it. Quite the spectacle, isn't it? I must admit, the idea of a grand celebration centered around belly dancing, well, it's not something that aligns with Forest Realm traditions. In the Forest Realm, such displays are often frowned upon. We value subtlety and grace in our traditions, and this art form, let's say, does not fit with our traditions. Yet I've had the chance to get to know a few of the dancers, and I must say, they're kind-hearted people. They've shown me nothing but warmth and respect. It's a shame. Maximus has his favourites among the dancers, and it's created quite a stir. The favouritism has created a bit of tension. Some feel overlooked and underappreciated, and that has led us to a bit of discord within the caravan. It's a delicate situation. While Maximus enjoys the grandeur and the spectacle, he fails to see the impact his favoritism has on the dynamics among the performers. They are wonderful people, each caught in a situation where their talents shine, but as for their personal struggles, well, let's just say that their respective anxieties have become overlooked by Maximus. It's always the same with these grand events. Everyone's a star for a night, but the reality behind the scenes is often far more complicated. I suppose it's a reminder that even in moments of splendor, there are undercurrents of human nature and interaction we cannot ignore. But for tonight, we'll put aside these concerns and enjoy the last moments of the soiree. There's always something to appreciate in even the most extravagant of gatherings. And, in time, things will find their way to a better place. You know, there's something about Maximus that's always bothered me. He likes to present himself as a shrewd business person, someone with a clean image and a sharp mind for deals. If you've been around long enough, you'd notice the shadows that lurk behind the facade. In the dead of night, when the party's over and the lights dim, there've been, well, let us call them unusual visitors to the caravan. Cloaked figures, hooded and mysterious. Shadows slipping in and out with parcels that could very well be goods of the stolen variety. I've seen them myself, though I've tried to stay out of their way. Maximus likes to appear as if he's a man of integrity and business acumen. The truth is, there's an impression that does not match the reality. These shady dealings, those secretive exchanges, it all points to something darker beneath the surface. He may have charm and a way with people, but the whispers of dishonesty follow him like a shadow. It's a pity. I've seen the good and bad sides of him. The contrast is stark. For all his bluster about business and success, let me tell you this. There is an undercurrent of something less reputable. I suppose that's part of the game he plays. Maintain the image while real dealings happen out of sight. It's a reminder that not everything's as it seems, especially in the world of high society. Behind the glittering facade of these soirees lies a complex web of truths and half-truths. And sometimes it's the shadows that reveal the true nature of those we know. But for now, let's focus on the present. The soiree is ending, and soon we'll all be free to pursue our own paths. Whatever Maximus's true nature may be, his time in the spotlight is ending. And with that, so too are the mysteries that surround him, at least to the current present company. And then there's Rafiq. You may have heard whispers about him. The rogue, as others call him. A cold-hearted, slimy character straight from the desert realm. His reputation precedes him, and not for good reasons. Rafiq was once part of the Shadow Court, a lieutenant to Corvus, the leader of that sinister group. He's a figure steeped in dark history, known for his betrayal of Corvus and his later alignment with Maximus, but rather than finding a place of honor, he's become a thorn in Maximus's side. It's almost poetic, isn't it? Maximus, who's always been a bit too comfortable with his dubious connections. A man who now finds himself stuck with someone like Rafiq. Someone as vile and unscrupulous as they come. Rafiq's presence is like an unpleasant smell that will not go away. Maximus's patience with him is wearing thin. You can see it in the way he avoids Rafiq, in the tightness of his jaw whenever Rafiq is nearby. The rumors about Maximus being a violent man is no secret. There is a palpable tension that suggests he's close to snapping, and Rafiq is pushing him to his limits. It's unsettling to have such a dangerous individual hanging around, one who's not only portrayed powerful figures, but is also rumored to be more than a thorn in the side. Rafiq's loyalty is as fickle as his morals, and it's only a matter of time before the situation escalates further. Maximus may be playing the role of the charming host tonight, yet underneath there's a brewing storm, and with figures like Rafiq around, it's only a matter of time before that storm breaks. It's a volatile mix, and it's not the soiree that is about to come to a dramatic end. For now, we can only hope that the end of this evening brings some semblance of peace, at least until the next chapter in Maximus' story unfolds. Not that I'll personally be around to see it. Before you go, there's one more thing you should know. Have you seen the armored man lurking near the edge of the party? The one who hides his face behind that imposing helmet. His name is Paldrok. Paldrok is Maximus's personal enforcer. A man of few words, but even fewer scruples. His calm and collected exterior masks a dark and dangerous nature. I've seen him in action, though such things are rarely discussed. Trust me when I say, his methods are as brutal as they are effective. It's best to avoid him at all costs. He's not someone you want to cross or provoke. His loyalty to Maximus is unwavering, and his temper is as quick to ignite as it is ruthless. There is a reason he is always close by, and it's not for show. So take care tonight. The end of this soiree might bring its own set of challenges, and you'll want to avoid any unnecessary trouble. I hope your path forward is less tangled and more fortuitous than the one we have walked here. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Though I imagine we've not agreed completely on everything. Your silence tells me you're a thoughtful individual after all. Yet it is always good to connect with someone who listens and understands the subtleties of the world. Safe travels, and may your journey ahead be as smooth as it can be.
As you drift away from the thrumming heart of Maximus's soiree, the buzz of laughter and clinking glasses fades into a more subdued tapestry of sound. The colourful canopy overhead sways gently into the evening breeze, casting playful shadows across the opulent caravan. You wander through rows of sumptuous rugs and exotic tapestries, the air rich with the mingling scents of spiced meats and fragrant incense. In a quieter corner of the encampment you notice a peculiar sight. Amidst the luxurious trappings, a solitary figure is performing a dance with intense, almost frenetic energy. This is no ordinary dancer. His movements are not just elaborate, they are wild, almost frenetic. And there's a strange focused look in his eyes. This is Vespasian. He seems entirely absorbed in his performance, his gaze fixed with an earnest concentration on you, as if you are the only one who truly matters in this moment. He weaves closer, his voice a whisper against the rhythm of his own movements. He seems to think that you are the individual known only as the newcomer, and that Maximus has given you a second chance at performing the test. You raise an eyebrow, bewildered. You have never heard of such a thing, and certainly never considered yourself a dancer. But Vespasian's dedication is undeniable, as he continues to whirl and sway, completely lost in his own world of ritual and anticipation. You can't help but watch, a silent observer to this private performance, as he dances with an intensity that's both compelling and oddly captivating. friend. Excuse the mask, but it does give an air of mystery for the audience, and I very much enjoy practicing wearing it, because it helps me to connect with that mystery that I place upon my audience themselves. But I am surprised to see you here. I understand that you failed the test, and that Maximus has decided to allow you to stay with the caravan. Usually, when anyone fails the test, they are rejected and sent upon their way with no support from Maximus at all. You must be very special in that he has decided to allow you to remain. However, I am not displeased that you remain. It allows me to educate you more on the art of belly dancing. Oh yes, my friend. You and I are going to work wonders together as we bring forth the greatest performance Maximus will ever have seen. He will not be disappointed when you take your second chance and perform without worry in front of the monarch. Oh yes, I know his plans for you. He is going to give you your second chance in Ondar City. This is big. To perform before the monarch is something truly spectacular. And you, my friend, do not wish to throw away this opportunity. Therefore, allow me to become your tutor. Allow me to show you the art of belly dancing. You and I will work hard day and night to get you prepared for the show of your life. We will practice and practice again until you can practice no more. You will learn the greatness of belly dance and how strong you can really become. Together we will be a great team. You are fortunate as well that I am also the medic of this troop, so if anything goes wrong, you and I will be able to work together with my abilities to heal your wounds. I was a soldier in the medical corps of the Ondarian army, and I learned a few tricks of the trade, as it were, that will allow me to act as the medic of this caravan. Therefore, if you are willing to work with me, I am willing to work with you. And who knows, perhaps we will become a belly dancing double act. You and me, side by side upon the stage, as we gyrate our hips in circular motion to the music, round and round, and rolling our bellies. Yes, I see great things for you, my friend. Great things indeed. We together are going to be strong. And strength is exactly what you need. I can give you that strength. I alone understand your passion for the dance. Work with me, learn from me, and you will go far. Now, I believe it is time for you to move onwards a little. Perhaps there are others who can offer their advice to you. The twins, for example. I do not yet know if you have met them or not, and it makes no difference to me if you have or not either. As long as you listen and learn and practice, you will go far in this caravan. And a word of advice: if Maximus approaches you, do not let him talk you into doing anything that will put you in a sense of danger. He is not the most friendliest of people, that I have learnt, thanks to Gwendolyn and two of her daughters, Scarlet and Desiree. Ebony, you will need to be watchful for. She dotes upon Maximus. I do believe that they are Maximus's children, and that Gwendolyn was his wife at some point. But I look out for them, and I look after them. That is what this caravan is all about. We are a family, and we look after each other. Now, it is time. Let us practice.
It seems that you are feeling dizzy and disorientated after leaving the soiree to get some more fresh air. You approach the healer's tent, seeking quiet respite from the noise and festivities. The tent flap opens to reveal a healer, a gentle, kind woman with a warm smile. She notices immediately that you are not well.
Oh my goodness, you don't look well at all. Please, come in. Sit yourself down, my dear. The air outside can be so biting at night, especially when you're feeling a bit under the weather. Let's see what's troubling you, Now, don't be shy. I've seen all manners of maladies and ailments in my time. We'll have you right as rain in no time. Here. There we go. Just a bit of cool water for your forehead. You're looking pale. Too pale for my liking. Are you feeling dizzy? How's the tightness in your chest? Let me check first. Yes. Steady, but a touch weaker than I'd prefer. Not to worry, your heart's beating strong. Now, let's have a look at your eyes. Look at me. Just here. Just here. Good. Follow my finger. Good. Good. Your pupils are responding, so it's not the mind that's ailing. Have you had anything to drink tonight? Wine, perhaps? The evening's referee is quite generous, especially if Maximus is involved. I thought so. I've seen it before. Sometimes the body simply doesn't take to the drink or food, especially if it's a bit too rich. Poison, though? No. Let's not jump to conclusions. You're not showing the signs of it. Oh, I know. The mind tends to wander to darker places when you're feeling unwell. Doesn't it? But fret not. We'll go step by step. Now, listen to your breath. Take a deep breath for me. Slowly. In and out. The breath is shallow, but not irregular. And waiter is more nerves than anything else. You've had quite a night, after all. The body sometimes takes the smallest worry and turns it into a storm. I'll prepare ginger for you. Something to calm the stomach and settle the nerves. It's an old recipe passed down from my grandmother's time. Chamomile, peppermint, a touch of fennel. This should do the trick. You'll feel its warmth soon enough. Here, drink this slowly. There you are. It'll settle you. I can already see some colour returning to your cheeks. That's a good sign. The body is remarkable, you know. It just needs a little encouragement every now and then. Feeling better already, aren't you? A bit of rest is what you need. The celebration inside will still be there when you're ready, but no rush. Sometimes stepping away from the noise is the best thing we can do. You're not alone. Even the strongest warriors, the most skilled mages, they all come to my tent now and then. A bit of care does wonders, no matter who you are. You're safe here. When you feel ready, you can return. Or, if you like, stay and listen to the quiet for a while. I find it does wonders for the spirit. But if you do return to the soiree, maybe steer clear of the spice to mead. It has a reputation for knocking even the bravest off their feet. I should know.
The soft sound of the healer preparing herbs fills the air, her presence a reassuring and comforting light amid your discomfort. Now more at ease in the calm of the tent, you rest a while. She continues to chat softly, her mind drifting to the subject of Maximus.
Feeling better, are we? Good, I'm glad. Sometimes the body just needs a little time and care. And of course, my secret remedies don't hurt. You know, speaking of this evening, weren't we all lucky to be here for Maximus's soiree? Truly. It's been the talk of the entire caravan. Maximus. Now, there's a man who knows how to command attention, isn't he? Host for the whole caravan, and it's like he was born for it. I dare say if anyone could be called the king of the world, it would be him, don't you think? The way he moves, the way he speaks. Oh, people are simply drawn to him like moths to a flame. He's not just some pompous lord who demands praise. No, not Maximus. He's earned every bit of it. Every step of the way he's led us through towns, villages, even forests thick with fog and danger. And each time he keeps the caravan safe. The man has a vision, a purpose, and you can feel it in everything he does. And have you heard him speak? His words are like honey and fire all at once. Even the most stubborn noble couldn't resist when Maximus makes a request. Some say he has magic in his voice. I wouldn't be surprised. There's something about him that just inspires people to follow, to believe in him. Oh, listen to me going on about him like some starry-eyed maiden. Can you blame me? Every healer in this caravan will tell you the same. He looks after all of us, makes sure no one's forgotten. Not even us humble caretakers out here in the tents. In his eyes, we all matter. I remember once, back when we passed through the city of Od in the desert realm, I had a bit of a scare. The sickness spread through the caravan. Nothing too severe, mind you. But I was working day and night. I hadn't rested properly in days. Next thing I know, I'm collapsing right in the middle of my work. I thought for sure I'd be trampled by all the commotion, but then there was Maximus. He caught me, gently set me down and ordered the others to continue with the evening's business while I rested. He even sat by my side for a while, making sure I was alright. Now, a man as busy as he is, to take the time for someone like me? It's no wonder everyone thinks so highly of him. I suppose I'll always think of him as a sort of hero. A larger-than-life figure, really. He brings people together. And that's no small thing. The world needs people like Maximus. Those who can inspire hope, lead with strength, and show kindness in the smallest of moments. Well, look at me going on and on. I'm sure you've heard enough of my ramblings. But I can't help it. He's one of the finest men I've ever met. And you won't find anyone who will say different. But for now, let's not worry about him. You've had enough excitement for one night, haven't you? Just a little longer. Maximus's grand celebration will still be there when you're ready to return. Though, if you happen to catch a glimpse of him, well, consider yourself fortunate. For now, though, it's just you and me here. And in this moment, you're my priority. Let's keep things simple and focus on you getting back on your feet. The world may look to Maximus for leadership, but tonight, you've got me. And I'll see to it that you're well before you leave this tent.
She busies herself quietly, her admiration for Maximus lingering in the air like a pleasant memory as she continues her attentive care. The conversation naturally shifts back to Maximus, and you subtly bring up rumours about his darker connections. The healer's expression shifts slightly, and she lets out a soft, dismissive scoff.
What's that? You say you've heard Maximus has a connection to the criminal underworld? Rumours. Nothing but idle gossip, I tell you. People will say anything when they don't understand someone as remarkable as Maximus. You've heard the stories, haven't you? That he's got ties to the underworld, or even the Shadow Court. Slander, if you ask me. The kind of nonsense that grows legs in the shadows where people love to stir up trouble. It's easy for them, isn't it? To take a man of his stature, a man with so much power and respect, and twist the truth to make him seem darker, more sinister. I've travelled with the caravan for long enough to know the truth. Maximus is no criminal, and he's certainly not a puppet of the Shadow Court. Do you think a man like that, with his heart so clearly set on leading people to better lives, would have dealings with those vipers? No, not in 1,000 years. I won't deny that he's powerful. He knows how to navigate the world, how to deal with all sorts of people, good and bad alike. But that doesn't make him one of them. It makes him wise. You can't lead a caravan through dangerous lands and tricky politics without knowing how to protect yourself and your people. But Maximus, he's not like those who lurk in the shadows. His dealings are always in the light. There have always been jealous ones, nobles, merchants, and even thieves who envy his success. They spread these rumours because they want to see him fall, to tear down what they can't match. It's sad, really. That's what happens when someone shines so brightly. They cast long shadows. There are always those who prefer the darkness. People want to believe in the worst sometimes. It's easier than accepting someone like Maximus can be genuine, that he can lead with strength and integrity. I suppose they think no one could rise as high as he has without foul play. But they're wrong. I've seen the man at work. I've watched him give his time, his energy, and his kindness to people who had nothing to offer in return. He saved this caravan more times than I could count, from brigands, sickness, famine. If he had dark ties, as I say, do you really think he'd bother with the likes of us? No. He doesn't need to bow to any secret council or to any criminal gang. His power comes from who he is, not from anything as foul as the underworld. Oh, it's hard to ignore such rumours. They spread like wildfire in the wind. But trust me, my dear, Maximus is no villain. He's a man with a vision. And yes, that can be dangerous to some. Only to those who wish for chaos, who thrive in the shadows. And Maximus, he creates order, brings people together, If he truly were connected to the underworld, I'd imagine he'd have quite a bit more gold in his coffers, wouldn't he? No. He keeps his caravan going with sheer will charm and his own hard-earned wealth. Nothing more. So don't let those rumors sway you. I wouldn't still be here, working for the caravan, if I believed a single word of it. We're all here because we believe in Maximus, in the good he does. And the world could use more men like him, not fewer. The next time someone tries to fill your head with tales of the Shadow Court, just laugh and move on. You know better, don't we?
Turning back to her work, she still smiles to herself, content in the belief that Maximus is and always will be a force for good. Her tasks continue quietly, the warmth of her defence of Maximus lingering in the air, her belief in him unshaken. As she prepares a final herbal remedy, her hands move with the grace of someone who has done this 1,000 times. You, now more at ease, ask about her role in the caravan. She pauses, clearly taken aback by the assumption, though her response is kind, if a little bemused.
What's that? I'll put it down to you not feeling well, but you want to know why I'm not a belly dancer. Oh, well, now, that's an interesting question. A belly dancer, me? I suppose it's easy to assume that, isn't it? People see the dancers out there with their bright skills and mesmerizing movements, and they think all the women in the caravan must share the same role. But no, my dear, we are a large troop, and it takes all sorts to make it work. You know, not every woman in this encampment dances under the torchlight. There are many of us who take on roles just as important, if not more so, for the caravan to function smoothly. We've got seamstresses who mend the costumes and tents, ensuring everything is as vibrant and sturdy as ever. The wagon makers and blacksmiths, they're essential for maintaining our caravans and tools. We have the cooks, bless their hearts, who keep us all fed and strong. And let's not forget the weavers who make the ropes and tarps, the artisans who craft the wares we sell in town squares, and the fortune tellers, always drawing in a crowd. And then there's me, the healer. You see, I don't wear silks or dance to the music, but my role here is just as vital. A caravan like this, traveling through all sorts of lands, with all sorts of dangers, requires someone to tend to the sick, the wounded, the weary. The road is hard, and so are the places we visit. Accidents happen, fevers spread, and injuries from the journey are common. Without a healer, many in our caravan wouldn't make it to the next town. I may not perform on stage, but in my own way, I take care of everyone. The dancers, the merchants, the guard. Even you. When they fall ill or get hurt, they come to me. I stitch wounds at bones, treat the fevers that creep up after a cold night in the open. My work isn't as visible or as glamorous as what the dancers do, but it's no less important. The healers, many of the faces you see around the fire would be gone. My job is to make sure everyone can keep moving, keep living, and yes, keep dancing, if that's their calling. It's easy to look at the performers and think they're the heart of the caravan, but truthfully, it's all of us working together that keeps it alive. Whether it's tending to the wounds, cooking meals, repairing wagons, or yes, dancing under the stars, every role matters. I'm proud of mine. And besides, could you imagine me as a dancer? All this fretting I'd do over every cut and scrape, or have the time to learn the steps. We all have our gifts. Mine just happens to be in herbs and bandages, not in veils and music, and that's fine by me. The world needs healers just as much as it needs dancers, wouldn't you agree? So, while the belly dancers may captivate with their grace, I keep the caravan on its feet. And for that, I wouldn't trade places with anyone.
She smiles warmly once more before returning to her duties, the conversation settling with a quiet sense of self-assuredness. She continues her gentle work, her role in the caravan clearly defined as she tends to you with the same care she gives to everyone who enters her tent. Feeling comfortable, you bring up a male belly dancer you've noticed, Vespasian. The healer listens with a warm smile, But when you try to recall the name of another male dancer you've seen lurking around, her brow furrows slightly. She responds gently but firmly, dismissing the notion.
Ah, Vespasian. Now there's a name that turns head in the caravan, isn't it? He's quite something, isn't he? There aren't many men who can dance with the same grace as the women, but Vespasian? He's got a natural talent. His movements are fluid and captivating. It's no wonder people stop in their tracks when he performs. Even the wind seems to follow him. He's quite the talk of the camp. People say he's as mysterious as he is talented. But always kind, always polite. Though I have to admit, I don't see him much outside of the performances. He keeps to himself. But I think that's part of his allure, don't you? That air of mystery. Another male dancer. Lurking, you say, I'm afraid you must be mistaken. I've only ever seen Vespasian among the male dancers. There's no other that I know of, not in our troop. He's quite unique in that regard. There were another, believe me, I would have noticed. Perhaps you saw someone from outside the caravan. Sometimes we get curious travellers or townsfolk wandering around, trying to get a glimpse of the performers before the show. But no, as far as I know, Vespasian is the only male dancer we have. Lurking, that's hardly his style. He moves with such grace. You'd never call it lurking, would you? No. If you've seen someone else, it's likely a passerby or one of the guards. Maybe even a merchant. But rest assured, there's no second mystery dancer in our troop. You might just be imagining things. It's easy to let the mind wander in a place like this, especially with all the excitement and the lights. But Vespasian is one of a kind. I'd know if there wasn't another like him. I keep an eye on all the faces around here. As a healer, I must. So no more talk of lurkers, right? You've just been caught up in the magic of the night, I'd wager. There's a lot of that going around, especially with Vespasian performing. He has a way of making everything seem a little dreamlike, doesn't he? But if you do see someone again, maybe give them a closer look before calling them a dancer. After all, the caravan attracts all sorts, and not everyone is here to entertain.
She resumes her work, the conversation drifting back to the calm of the moment. Her gentle words leave you to wonder whether you truly saw someone, or if it was just a trick of the night. The conversation has been light and easy, but as the topic shifts to something more sinister, vampires, her demeanour changes slightly. Though still kind and gentle, there's an unmistakable firmness in her tone as she offers a friendly warning. The warmth in her eyes dims just a touch, replaced by something a little more guarded.
Vampires, you say? That's a topic best left alone, my dear. Especially around the caravan, and most certainly around Maximus. I don't mean to sound harsh, but you do well to forget you even mentioned them while you're with us. Vampires, let's just say the subject is sensitive to some in these parts. There are enough superstitions and shadows in the world as it is. No need to invite more of them without a talk. And as for Maximus, well, he's been through enough without those sorts of rumors following him around. For reasons I won't pretend to fully understand, he's especially sensitive when it comes to that topic. You wouldn't want to upset him by bringing it up. Trust me. He's a good man. But even good men have their burdens. So, let's keep our conversations light, yes? There's enough to enjoy at this soiree without the need for dark tales. We're all here to celebrate, after all, not to chase shadows. Now, I think you're ready to rejoin the party, aren't you? Looking much better, and I'd hate for you to miss the rest of the evening. But remember what I said. Keep your thoughts on the joys of the night, and not on what might lurk in the darkness. Go on now, and enjoy the rest of the celebration. Maximus always puts on quite the show, and you don't want to miss it.
With that gentle but firm nudge, the healer smiles warmly and turns back to her work. Feeling much better and with a bit to think about, you step out of the tent and head back to the festivities. The night air is cool, but the conversation about vampires lingers in your mind as the sounds of the soiree grow closer once again. In a quieter corner of the bustling soiree, away from the swirling crowds and vibrant performances, you'll find yourself stepping through a curtain into a small, softly lit space. The rich scent of incense mingles with the shimmer of silk drapes and scattered jewels. There, seated before a mirror, is Pandora, a vision draped in vibrant fabrics, already adorned with layers of gold and shimmering accents. She's deep in a ritual of preparation, her fingers deftly applying the final touches of kohl to her eyes and securing intricate braids into place. Her costume gleams in the candlelight, a dance of colours and textures that hint at the energy she holds just beneath the surface.
Oh, hello there. I wasn't expecting any visitors. No, it's quite alright. Please, come in. You must have taken a wrong turn somewhere. I suppose introductions are in order. My name is Pandora, and I'm the dancer for tonight's grand finale. Yes, a belly dancer. Part of the caravan that travels across the lands, bringing entertainment and a touch of the exotic to places like this. I hail from the desert realm. I'm from the town of Wood. It's a vibrant place, filled with the scents of spices, the warmth of the sun, and the ever-present hum of life. Yes, it is truly as magical as it sounds. A caravan has been my family, my home, for as long as I can remember. We've traveled far and wide, sharing our art, our culture with so many. But, as with all journeys, this one is coming to an end. It's bittersweet, really. But there is hope on the horizon. Maximus, our gracious host, has expressed a desire to continue working with me. It's a new chapter, an opportunity to bring that spirit of wood to even more places. Perhaps even to stay here for a while. Yes, I'm grateful for that. I've been a belly dancer for as long as I can remember. My mother was a dancer, and she taught me that art from a very young age. It became a part of who I am, a way to express myself when words were not enough. I became a belly dancer because it felt like the most natural thing in the world. The music, the movement, it all just spoke to me in a way nothing else ever could. I had many opportunities come my way. The twin sisters, Harley and Gerdia, renowned troop masters, offered me the position of resident belly dancer in their troupe. But there was something about Maximus and his caravan that felt different. Maximus made me an offer that wasn't just about fame or fortune. He offered me a chance to truly explore my art, to bring the spirit of wood to life in ways I had only dreamed of. Maximus understood my vision, my passion. With him, I felt I could truly grow, push boundaries, and share the magic of belly dancing with a wider audience. So, I turned down Harley and Gerdia. It wasn't an easy decision, but I believe it was the right one. Belly dancing, it's more than just a performance for me. It's a way of life, a form of expression that words often fail to capture. When I dance, I feel a deep connection to the rhythms of the earth and the pulse of the universe. My signature move, for example, is something I take great pride in. It's a movement that flows from the core, a wave that travels through my body, expressing both strength and fluidity. When I dance, it's like time slows down. I feel every musical note, every muscle, every breath, contributing to the way my body reacts and flows to the rhythm. Performing for me is both exhilarating and meditative. It grounds me while also allowing me to soar. The audience might see it as just a rhythmic movement, but for me, it's a dance with my own spirit. Yes, it brings me immense joy, especially when I see the wonder in the eyes of those watching. When you see me on stage, remember this moment. Know that every movement, every gesture is a piece of my soul shared with you. Enjoy the party, and may the dance of wood stay with you long after the music fades. It's almost time for my performance. I must finish preparing. Thank you for your kind words. I hope you enjoy the soiree, and perhaps my dance will transport you to the sands of my homeland, even if just for a moment. Until then, enjoy the evening.
In the midst of the soiree's vibrant chaos, dancers twirling under flickering lanterns, laughter spilling over the music, you find a moment to simply stand back and observe, letting the festivities swirl around you. But your solitude is short-lived. Out of the crowd, a figure slides into view with the practiced ease of someone who thrives in the shadows. His presence is marked by a flash of gold jewellery against tan skin, and eyes that gleam with a mix of cunning and amusement. This is Rafiq, the rogue from the desert realm, a name whispered in back alleys and cursed by those who've crossed paths with him.
Well, well, well. Look who it is. My old friend from the last caravan performance. You remember me, don't you? Rafiq, the rogue, the rascal, the... You get the idea. It is a pleasure to see a familiar face amidst all this revelry. Tell me, are you enjoying the grand finale? Maximus does have a flair for the dramatic, doesn't he? Always the centre of attention. Always with a grand scheme up his sleeve. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah yes, Maximus. Quite the character. Brilliant mind, silver tongue, and when it comes to making money, he is like a bloodhound on the scent. I cannot help but admire his tenacity. Though between you and me, I do prefer my view a bit closer to the dancers. Maximus always kept me at a distance. The old killjoy. Ah, but tonight I have slipped the leash. I intend to find out just what our illustrious Maximus is plotting. He is up to something. I can feel it. There is a certain energy in the air, wouldn't you agree? And where there's money involved, Maximus is never far behind. He must not see me, though. Not yet. The element of surprise, my dear friend, is key. I need to move like the shadow, gather what I can without him realizing I am here. You would not have happened to catch wind of anything unusual, would you? Ah, you are as sharp as ever, friend. I knew there was a reason I liked you. Keep your ears open, your eyes sharp. Together, we might just figure out what Maximus is up to before he has the chance to realize it. And remember, if he does spot me, well, let us just say I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Now, enjoy the soiree. We might just uncover something interesting tonight. Ah, come now, my friend. Surely you must have heard something. A whisper, a rumor, anything about Maximus. I understand your caution, but remember, we are in this together. Whatever he is up to, it could be quite lucrative for us both. Still tight-lipped, I see. No matter. I admire your discretion. It is for the best. Loose lips sink ships, as they say. But let me tell you something, a little secret of my own. Do you see my newfound bravado? It comes from surviving the unthinkable. The last time we met, I was fresh from the cold, dark, dank bottle dungeon. The only person to ever escape from one, mind you. How did I do it? Well, that is a tale for another time. I will take that secret to my grave. But suffice to say, I emerged stronger, more determined, and tonight nothing will stop me from uncovering what Maximus is plotting. If you will not speak, then I will find others who might. Ah, but before you immerse yourself too deeply in the revelry, heed this warning, my friend. Maximus, for all his charm and wit, is not a man to be underestimated. When the distractions fade and the night grows quiet, he will turn to his true nature, a force of vengeance and ambition. Stay vigilant. Do not let his temporary distractions lull you into a false sense of security. There are whispers of an ancient power, a relic of immense danger that he seeks to control. This artifact, once in his grasp, could unleash untold chaos. Keep your distance when the final act concludes. Maximus will be at his most dangerous then, no longer preoccupied by the festivities. His mind will turn to his darker pursuits, and those who stand too close may find themselves caught in a web of peril. Remember this. Caution is your greatest ally tonight. Trust no one too quickly, and watch for signs of deceit. We walk a fine line between discovery and disaster. Enjoy the night, but keep your wits about you. Our paths will cross again, and when they do, we must be prepared for whatever Maximus has in store. Until then, Stay sharp, my friend. The night is long and its secrets are many. Enjoy the soiree, my friend. Keep those ears open. Should you change your mind, you will know where to find me. Remember, my friend, should you hear anything at all, find me. Until then, enjoy the night. Good evening. Marvelous event, isn't it? Have you any chance heard what our dear Maximus is planning? No? Well, there is something in the air tonight. Ah, ladies, so lovely to see you. I wonder if you have any information for me. Oh, yes, I am enjoying this soiree. Gentlemen, so good to see you again.
The night pulses with life, a swirling spectacle of music, laughter, and flickering lights. Maximus stands at the heart of it all, the architect of this grand affair. A man as polished as the buttons of his blue tweed suit, yet with a gaze sharp enough to slice through the revelry. The show tent hums with energy, guests enthralled by the rhythmic sway of dancers and the intoxicating spell of the festivities. But while everyone is lost in the celebration, Maximus is focused, scanning the crowd with the watchful eye of a hunter. He greets with a smile and toasts with the best of them, but beneath the charms lies calculation. His fingers tap lightly against a jewelled goblet as he observes his empire at play, ever alert for the faintest crack in the mask of merriment. And when his second, the hulking Paldrok, slips up beside him with grim news, that charming facade tightens ever so slightly. The name, Rafiq, drops like a stone into the still waters of Maximus's thoughts. Eyes narrowing, he gives a curt nod with the unspoken command. Deal with it, swiftly and quietly. Maximus is not just the host. He is the puppeteer, pulling strings to keep his soiree running smooth, ensuring no one sees the gears turning behind the curtain. But even as he revels in the dance and delight, there's a cold calculation in the air, a reminder that beneath every grand affair, shadows still lurk, waiting to be managed. I hope you're having a good time, my lords and ladies. Help yourself to the wine. It's a good year.
Maximus, we have a problem.
Ha! What is it, Paldrok? Can't you see I'm in the middle of something?
It's Rafiq. He is here, mingling with the crowd.
Rafiq. That insolent wretch dares to show his face at my soiree.
We cannot afford a scene, Maximus. Not here. Not now.
That snake. Easier to spy on me. To find out what I am planning.
I know. But we need to be smart about this. You cannot let him
provoke you. Every time, Paldrok. Every time he defies me. And now he has the audacity to come here to my soiree. We will oversee it. I will keep an eye on him. Make sure he does not cause any trouble. You focus on your guests. Fine. But report back to me as soon as you know anything. All you want to know is every move. Understood. I will watch him like a hawk. Enjoy the night whilst you can, Rafiq. Your time is running out. The soiree is bustling with activity. Maximus stands amidst his guests, but his eyes catch sight of Rafiq at the edge of the room, talking to you. A spark of suspicion ignites in Maximus's eyes. He knows he must tread carefully. Slowly he makes his way towards you, masking his intent with a facade of charm. Ah, enjoying the soiree, are we? It's quite the gathering tonight. I've always found these events fascinating. The conversations, the intrigue. So much to observe. Wouldn't you agree? I noticed you were speaking with Rafiq earlier. Interesting fellow, isn't he? Always so curious, so eager to learn. You know, I'm always keen to understand what piques someone's interest. What was Rafiq so curious about tonight? Ah, I see. That is most enlightening. Thank you for your silent cooperation. So, that's what you're after, Rafiq. You will regret ever stepping foot here tonight. Maximus's face hardens as he slips back into the crowd, his thoughts now a whirlwind of plans and retributions. His mind is focused on the information gleaned from you. He spots Paldrok near the entrance of the tent and makes his way over. Paldrok meets his gaze and notices a grim expression on his employer's face. Maximus, Rafiq has stepped outside. It's time to end this. Paldrok nods and slips away, blending into the shadows as he makes his way outside to prepare. Maximus straightens up, a charming smile plastered on his face as he returns to the party. He approaches a group of well-dressed guests, his demeanor shifting to one of suave confidence. Ah, my dear friends, are we enjoying ourselves tonight? Such a wonderful gathering of the finest minds and most exquisite tastes. The guests respond with laughter and nods, utterly enchanted by Maximus's showmanship and flair. He continues to engage them in lively conversation, his eyes occasionally flickering towards the entrance, ensuring that everything is going according to plan.
Maximus, you truly know how to throw a soiree. The atmosphere, the company, it's all simply marvelous.
Thank you, thank you. It's all for you, my distinguished guests.
Your enjoyment is my greatest reward. As Maximus entertains his guests, Paldrok and a few other loyal crew members silently move into position outside. The soiree is in full swing, the music and laughter loud enough to mask any untoward sounds. Maximus continues to charm his audience, his mind divided between the conversation and the fate of Rafiq. Tonight's like these, my friends. May they be plentiful and memorable. The guests raise their glasses in a toast, oblivious to the dark undertone of Maximus's words. Outside, Paldrok and the crew catch sight of Rafiq, their movements swift and silent. Rafiq steps away from the tent, unaware of any impending danger. Paldrok and his men close in, their shadows blending with the night. A swift, brutal struggle ensues, muffled by the distance and the noise from the party. Rafiq is overpowered, beaten, and dragged away, his fate sealed by Maximus's command. Maximus, back inside the tent, continues to engage his guests with captivating stories and laughter. He knows the job is done, his enemy dealt with discreetly. His smile never wavers, the perfect host, concealing the ruthless mastermind within. To the end of nuisances. In the heart of Garros, amidst the glittering lights and the tantalizing whispers of the wind, a lone figure emerges from the shadows. Grace, a captivating belly dancer with eyes that hold the secret of 1,000 nights, approaches you. Her every movement a dance of mystery and allure. She smiles warmly, her voice like silk, as she begins to speak.
Ah, there you are, Wanderer. Fate has woven our paths together once more. The night is alive with anticipation, isn't it? They call it Maximus's soiree, but for us it is the final performance of the caravan. Our last hurrah. Maximus, our ever-cunning impresario, has grand plans beyond tonight's festivities. He has decided to disband the caravan, but not without securing his grip on us first. Jane, Pandora, Vespasian, Saghira, the mysterious newcomer and I. We are to be placed in the finest taverns across the Ondarian monarchy. Permanent residences, he calls them. In the cities, even here in Ondar City itself. It all sounds so generous, doesn't it? A chance for stability, for fame. But Maximus, oh, he has always been more than what he seems. I suspect he has bigger, more nefarious plans. We, the dancers, are to be his eyes and ears, unwitting spies in his grand scheme. We will be planted like seeds in the heart of each city, soaking up secrets and whispers, feeding his insatiable hunger for control. What choice do we have? The promise of a home, a place to call our own. It is tempting, but at what cost? I see it in his eyes, the way he looks at us. Not as people, but as pieces on his chessboard. Each of us as pawns in his game of shadows and power. I wish I could tell you more, but even I do not know the full extent of his machinations. I feel it in my bones. Tonight, as we dance for the last time under the caravan's banner, we step into a new world of uncertainty and danger. Stay vigilant, wanderer. In this world, things are rarely as they seem. And remember, even in the darkest of times, the dance goes on. Oh yes, I have been dancing since I was a child. It is as natural to me as breathing. My mother taught me the art, passing down the traditions of our ancestors. Every move, every gesture tells a story. It is more than just entertainment. It is a way of life, a way to connect with the spirits of those who came before us. Joining the caravan was a dream I did not know I had until it happened. I remember the day I first met Maximus. His eyes sharp and calculating, yet he saw something in me. A spark, he called it. I was a relative newcomer then, fresh and eager. The others had been with him for years, seasoned performers with tales of their own. But Maximus, he saw potential in me, and that is how I found my place amongst them. The caravan is a world unto itself. We travel from city to city, bringing joy and wonder to those who watch us. The nights are filled with music and laughter. The days are hard work and endless rehearsals. It is a life on the move, but it is the only life I have ever wanted. I have learned so much since joining. Jane taught me the importance of precision, every step and every beat in perfect harmony. Pandora, with her wisdom, showed me the power of storytelling through dance. Vespasian's strength and charisma, Saghira's grace and elegance, they have all left their mark on me. Yet, with every dance, I feel the weight of Maximus's expectations. He is invested in us, in me. He speaks of a future where we will no longer need to travel, where we will have permanent stage to perform on. It is a tempting vision, but I cannot shake the feeling that there is more to it. His plans, they are always layered with intentions, unseen. Do you ever feel like your destiny is being shaped by forces beyond your control? That is how it feels with Maximus. He is an expert in manipulation, weaving his web with care. I want to believe in the future he promises, but I have learned to trust my instincts, and my instincts tell me to be wary. But tonight we dance for the caravan, for the audience, for ourselves. It is our final performance together, and we will make it unforgettable. No matter what the future holds, this moment is ours. Ah, I see the curiosity in your eyes. Why is it called belly dancing, you wonder? It is a common question, and the answer is as enchanting as the dance itself. In the Avalonian language, it is called boik dance, which translates directly to belly dance. The name comes from the focus of the movements of the belly and the hips, which are central to the dance's fluid and expressive motions. The art of belly dancing, boik dance, or danse du ventre, depending on which part of the kingdom of Aavalon you come from, has its roots in the desert realm, particularly around the ancient city of Gebelra and the now small town of Kali. Kali is home to the renowned Academy of Entertainers, where many dancers learn and perfect their craft. The Academy stands as a beacon of tradition and skill, drawing students from all over to immerse themselves in the rich heritage of this dance. But the beauty of belly dancing does not stop there. Variations of the dance have blossomed across the continents as well. In Zenthia, the dance incorporates vibrant, energetic movements that reflect the lively spirit of the people. Meanwhile, in Phalathia, the style is more serene and graceful, capturing the essence of the land's mystic and exotic charms. Each region adds its own unique flavour to the dance, making it a truly global art form. The dance itself is an expression of freedom and femininity, a celebration of life's rhythms. It is more than just about the belly. It engages the whole body, the mind and the spirit. Each dancer brings their own story, their own passion to the movements, creating a tapestry of emotions and experiences. And here, within the caravan, we have taken those ancient traditions and woven them into our own performances, blending the old with the new. We honour the past while embracing the future. Every step a homage to the dancers who came before us. So, next time you see a belly dancer, remember that you are witnessing a dance that carries the weight of history and the lightness of joy. It is a dance that transcends time and place, a universal language spoken through movement. Ah, but I see your eyes wandering to my costume. It is quite different from what the others wear, isn't it? Each dancer in the caravan has their own unique style. But mine tells a different story. Most of the other dancers wear the more stereotypical costumes. Flowing skirts, sparkling tops and jingling coins that catch the light with every movement. They are beautiful, no doubt, and they capture the essence of the dance perfectly. But my costume, it is a bit more unconventional. My outfit is inspired by the traditions of my homeland. The fabric is a deep, rich blue, adorned with silver threads that create intricate patterns reminiscent of the night sky. The design is more fitted, with flowing sleeves that cascade like waterfalls, and a high collar that adds an air of elegance. The skirt is layered, each tier revealing a different shade of blue. As I move, symbolizing the depths of the ocean and the endless sky. These gemstones are not just for decoration. Each one has a meaning, a story. They represent the constellations that guided my ancestors through the deserts and across the seas. The belt itself is a symbol of strength and resilience, holding the costume together just as our heritage binds us to our past. And these henna designs? They are traditional too, passed down from generation to generation. They tell tales of love, of loss, of hope, and of dreams. Every swirl and dot are a piece of my history, a part of who I am. I wanted my costume to reflect my personal journey, to stand out and tell a story of its own. Maximus saw the potential in this uniqueness, encouraging me to embrace my individuality. He believes that our differences make the caravan stronger, more intriguing. So, while the others dazzle with their classic beauty, I bring a piece of my soul to the stage. It is a blend of tradition and innovation, a dance between the old and the new. I hope, as you watch us perform, you will see the beauty in every costume, every movement, and every dancer.
For you, Grace's explanation adds another layer of depth to her character, highlighting her pride in her heritage and her unique approach to the art of belly dancing. The night continues to unfold, rich with stories and secrets to share through the language of dance. With Grace's words lingering in your mind, you decide to move on, the allure of the soiree drawing you further into its enchanting depths. The great tent is alive with the murmur of conversations, the soft clinking of glasses, and the occasional burst of laughter. Exotic aromas from distant lands waft through the air, mingling with the sound of music and merriment. You weave through the crowd, observing the colourful array of guests, each one a potential story awaiting to be discovered. The performers, dressed in their resplendent costumes, move gracefully among the attendees, adding a touch of magic to the night. The ambience is intoxicating, a blend of mystery and excitement. As you navigate the sea of faces, your attention is caught by a figure across the room. There is something about their presence that draws you in, a subtle magnetism that piques your curiosity. You sense that this individual has taken an interest in you, their gaze lingering just a moment longer than the rest. Though you cannot yet see them clearly, the feeling is unmistakable. A connection or merely a spark of intrigue? The answer remains to be discovered. With the night still young and full of possibilities, you feel the anticipation building within you. Each step brings you closer to unravelling the secret of the soiree, and you cannot help but wonder what lies ahead. In the heart of the opulent soiree, amidst the swirl of vibrant silks and the enchanting rhythm of distant drums, stands a figure beaming with infectious joy. You see him, a dapper gentleman with a well-groomed moustache, impeccably dressed and radiating an air of unrestrained delight. He is not the centre of attention, but his presence is a beacon of cheer in the grand tapestry of Maximus's final celebration. As the music and laughter mingle in the air, this happy guest savours each moment with a hearty grin, a glass raised in perpetual toast to the evening's revelry. Though the caravan's journey is drawing to a close, his spirit revels in the joy of the now, embracing every moment of this unforgettable farewell. There you are. It's so good to see you again. This party is quite the spectacle, isn't it? Maximus certainly knows how to throw a soiree. Oh, absolutely, I couldn't agree more. The atmosphere here is just brimming with joy and camaraderie. You know, I've always admired the way Maximus treats his performers and staff. It's not every day you see someone in his position show such genuine care and respect for the people behind the scenes. Yes, indeed, it's a quality that speaks volumes about his character. But, if I may be honest, there are aspects of his business practices that give me pause. Oh, don't get me wrong, I respect the man, but there are some ethics in business that I believe should be upheld more stringently. Still, it's a pleasure to be invited and to enjoy such splendid company. Ah yes, these wonderful folks. They work so hard to bring us joy and entertainment. Their dedication is truly inspiring, and to see them treated well, it makes one's heart swell with pride, doesn't it? Yes, exactly. It's a testament to the goodness that can exist, even in the most unexpected places. You know, it's a bit of a disappointment that the caravan won't be making it to Ondar City. Yes, Garalos is a fine city, but there was something about reaching Ondar City that held a special charm. Ah well, it's the journey, not the destination, as they say. But enough about my musings. How have you been? That's wonderful to hear. It's always a joy to catch up with old friends, and to make new ones. This party is full of such delightful characters. You see, this is what life is all about. Moments like these, surrounded by laughter, kindness, and good people. Yes, it's what makes everything worthwhile. Oh! Excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet. Oh, but do stay. We have so much more to catch up on. Enjoy the party, my friend. And remember, tonight is about joy and celebration. Oh, hello there. I say, we haven't seen each other for... How long has it been now? Oh, never mind. It's so wonderful to see you. I'm so delighted that you're here. I know, it's such a wonderful party. Let me get you a drink. Ah, hello again, there you are. It's so good to reconnect with old friends, isn't it? But you know, I was eager to continue our chat. You're such delightful company. Oh, you're too kind. It's people like you who make these gatherings truly special. Oh, you know, I've always believed that positivity is contagious. When we share a smile, a kind word, or a hearty laugh, it spreads like wildfire, touching everyone around us. Exactly. And tonight, I see so many smiles. It's heartwarming, isn't it? Between you and me, I've had my fair share of doubts about certain aspects of Maximus's business, but when I look around and see the joy on everyone's faces, those doubts seem to fade. Oh, I know, it's hard not to appreciate the good he does, even if we don't always agree with his methods. Ah, you have such wonderful perspective. It's refreshing to talk to someone who sees the world with such
clarity and kindness. Yes, that's exactly it. Finding the balance between idealism and pragmatism is a challenge, but it's conversations like these that help us navigate that path. Look at all these people, each one with their own story, their own joys and struggles, and yet here we are, united in celebration. It's a beautiful thing, really. Moments like these remind us of our shared humanity. To friendship, to joy, and the unforgettable moments that bring us together. Cheers! So tell me more about yourself. What brings you joy? What are your passions? Ah, ha 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 ha. Oh, that's wonderful! It's always fascinating to hear about what drives people, what makes them light up. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Finding joy in the little things is what makes life truly rich. You know, you have such a positive energy about you. It's infectious. Oh, don't be modest. You've made my evening even more enjoyable with your company. I must say, it's rare to meet someone as kind-hearted and genuine as you. Yes, truly, it's people like you who make the world a better place one smile at a time. Ah, here's to new friendships and the joy they bring. May we always find reason to smile and share that happiness with others. Cheers. Ah, would you look at that? There's Rafiq the rogue. Oh yes, I know his reputation precedes him, but I believe there's more to him than meets the eye. Everyone deserves a chance to change, don't you think? I've always believed that with the right guidance and opportunities, anyone can turn their life around. Rafiq is no exception. Yes, it might sound naive to some, but I prefer to see the potential for good in people. You know, I'm glad we have this chance to talk. Remember, the future is full of possibilities, and you've got what it takes to make a real difference. Don't be a stranger, all right? Here's to you, my dear friend. Thank you for such an enjoyable conversation. Your company has been a true delight. I hope we get to do this again soon. Well, yes, this has been a night to remember. Maximus certainly knows how to bring people together, doesn't he? Despite our differences, it's nights like these that remind us of the importance of unity and kindness. Take care, my friend. Keep spreading that wonderful positivity of yours. It's people like you who make the world a brighter place. Until we meet again, may your days be filled with joy and laughter. Indeed.
I drink to you, my friend. Here's to joy and laughter and happy times. Until we cross paths again, enjoy the party, and I'm sure we will meet again soon. Good night.
With a flourish of his hand, Maximus gains the attention of all the gathered guests. It would appear he has one last thing he wishes to say to them. A final thank you and a final farewell that will bring the caravan to the end of its journey. This is indeed the last hurrah of Maximus and the caravan.
My dearest friends, how the sands of time do shift beneath our feet. The grand caravan, that roving monument to revelry and wonder, now lies in quiet repose. As its host, I have had the profound honour of sculpting memories with the chisel of laughter and the brush of wonder, weaving legends from the very threads of human spirit. And now, here we stand at the cusp of farewell. My heart swells with the bittersweet symphony, for though the caravan fades into twilight, its echoes will linger long after our final curtain call. Oh, the sweet agony of parting, for as much as it pains me to bid adieu, I am swollen with pride for the dance of dreams my talented belly dancers, and I, as their master of ceremonies, have orchestrated. We have spun joy into the air and crafted names that will shimmer in the annals of history. Yet, as the flames of this chapter die to embers, do not think for a moment that I shall slip quietly into the shadows. No, my friends, far from it. For the dawn of a new endeavour awaits, one that will shake the very foundations of our fair continent. Consider this. What if I were to weave a tapestry so grand, so complex, that it would ruffle the feathers of the Ondarian monarchy itself? Imagine, if you will, the mightiest oaks of Joridia's forest realm, shedding their leaves as if caught in a perpetual autumn storm. Picture the grand oases of Colette, dry and barren, whispering tales of lost splendour. The thought of it sends shivers down my spine. For you see, I have plans, great plans, which will turn the gears of destiny with a force so potent, so irresistible, that even the sun will pause to witness the spectacle. Ondar City will tremble, Devilra will gasp, and Varuna will bear witness to an event that will be etched into the very soul of Monarcha itself. And what, you ask, is the nature of this grand design? Ha ha ha! The mystery is half the pleasure, is it not? I shall tease and torment you with the tantalizing hints of what lies ahead, for to reveal all would be to spoil the grand revelation. But pay attention. When the time comes, you will see a business opportunity so dazzling, so lucrative, that even the most avaricious merchant would swoon. Wealth and power, my friends, not merely in riches, but in the very heart of influence itself, shall be mine to command. So, let the caravan's memory be a warm, glowing ember as I set forth on this new odyssey. I promise you, no, I dare say, I guarantee, you shall remember my name. For the tale of Maximus Volkov is far from over, and the best, as they say, is yet to come.